Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Four Stroke Freedom. Now in this video I'm doing a live telephone call over to County Mayo from Cumbria here in the UK. So this is kind of the very first time we've ever done this, so this is like a guinea pig run, you could say. Hopefully it'll turn out right. So thanks to social media and the way everything goes, and I've got the H6 Zoom which connects the phone as well, so hopefully everything will go fine. So I should have Mark on the line now. Mark there, can you hear me there?
How you doing?
How you doing, Mark? How are you? Hope you can hear me all right, because
Good.
this is the first time we've done
Perfect.
this.
Yes, good.
Yeah. So what's so you're out there in Ballina, County Mayo. So what kind of weather have you got out there at the moment?
We have it's mild now at the minute. It's we're due a bit of frost, I think, to come the weekend, and we've had it last week.
Yeah.
It's mild at the minute. Yeah.
Right. Now, when I spoke to you earlier about we'll set this up and or have myself a hot brandy ready, I've actually got myself a cold coffee where it's taken me so long to set it up. So,
All right.
So just for the viewers out there, we'll give them a bit of history on ourselves. We actually met, although you lived in the next turning to my great-grandparents in Ballina, just one street away. I actually didn't know you. I actually got to know you through the taxi rank, working the taxis in Ballina.
That's right.
Yeah, roughly when was that?
I was in the taxi from I think 2000 or 2001 up until the COVID came in, and I decided I wouldn't go back.
Yeah,
into the taxi.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, it was actually in the times when you started off taxiing, that's when we got to know each other. And
exactly, yes.
we started going off on the bikes, myself.
Yeah, we just found we had an interest in bikes, was it, like, you know.
That's right, and a few of the other local guys, and we just used to head off during the week and weekends and go off camping.
There was
sorry, go ahead there, Mark.
there was like 5 or 6 of us, and we just hung out together, and we went places and camping and overnights and different club meetings we went to where they'd have a weekend set up, and we'd camp to support them, you know.
That's right, yeah.
And
because we never knew each other through the biking originally, when did you actually start riding?
I actually worked in a German company in Ballina in the 70s, and one of my mates in there, he bought a new bike, and he bought a Honda 100. You won't see or hear of them now, ever. And he just couldn't afford to keep it going. He was, you know, so I took over the bike from him, and that's when I had an interest in bikes, you know. And it was just for messing about, like, you know. What,
just for commuting, or did you hang around with anyone, or?
No, we didn't. Well, there was a few in town, but there's about 4 other bikes in town, 4 other similar bikes, and they did different things. One guy had high handlebars on them, and it looked creepy, really, you know.
But that's the sort of thing we done in the early days.
Yeah. It's just, you know.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
the guys now that had the bikes then, they don't no longer have bikes, you know.
Yeah, and and you're now you've just turned 70, is that right?
Yeah, I'm in the early 70s, yes.
And you've still got your bike?
Yes.
Yes, and it's sitting there as clean as a whistle.
Yeah, it's a lovely bike. Yeah, it's a 750 Kawasaki.
Yeah.
It's a Vulcan.
Yeah, and it's well looked after, which you can actually see. Anyone viewing this channel, you can actually see it on some of my videos there, when I've actually got the Kawasaki Vulcan on some of the subtitles there. You can actually see it there on some of my short videos as well.
That's right.
And there's photographs of it somewhere on my YouTube channel as well. So when we used to go out, myself and a few of the lads, with your memory, where now we won't include the Island Bike Fest because we'll probably go into that later. If you could turn back the clock and set off tomorrow morning, whereabouts in the Republic would you actually go camping?
I don't know. I'd love to get the guys to go to the likes of Mallinhead, up tip top of Donegal, around that area. It's it's beautiful, beautiful country. Donegal is a fantastic county. It's a huge county. You'd want a bit of time to tour around it, But
Yeah.
it's a lovely scenery. Is fabulous up
Yeah,
there.
it's outstanding up there. And to be quite honest,
Yeah.
I've been up there a few times on the bike, not actually to Melonhead, but I've mostly gone up there, say, in the car or the bus when I'm working,
Hmm.
or when I was
Yes.
driving the wagon. But when it comes to motorcycles, I've only gone as far probably as Letterkenny or Donegal town and on the coastline. But
Yes.
people
Yes.
do talk about the Wild Atlantic Way, but when you actually come inland in Ireland, it's
Hmm.
every bit as good.
Oh yeah.
You've got fantastic nightlife there. You've got little villages where strangers are they're so welcome, and when you arrive, there's
Oh
a
yeah.
warm welcome wherever you actually go in Ireland.
Yeah. I find the Donegal people too very, very friendly people.
Yeah,
They're very,
yeah,
I find out with them, but it's the same all over. If
yeah,
while it's just the ways it is in Ireland.
yeah, yeah.
And I hope we never lose it.
No, well, I don't think we do.
You know.
In fact, you know, I come over regularly, as you know, back to the home place.
Mm.
But yeah, if there's one place I'd like to go, it's basically on the doorstep there, and it's Achill Island. Now, for anyone who's not been to Achill Island before and they've only seen it in pictures or on the map, it is a fantastic place for scenery and everything. The only
Oh, it's
downfall
beautiful.
with Achill, what I found, is when we went camping there, if you don't take your food and your snacks with you, you're lumbered.
You are, yeah.
Because if you don't take your breakfast, you just don't have a breakfast unless it's a liquid lunch.
Yes.
That is the only downfall, because of there's not enough going on there. But it's so remote and beautiful. In fact, a
Oh
few
yeah.
times I tried to get one of my daughters to go with me there, and she had the fear of waking up with sheep surrounding the tent, so she was never
Yeah.
up for that. But myself, Mark, Martin, and Swanee, and all the guys there, the amount of times
yeah.
we've been out there and we've had fantastic runs
Oh yeah.
out there, it has been a
Yeah.
fantastic, you know.
Oh, we've had some good runs.
Yeah. Well, me personally, I love Achill. So we were
Oh
talking
yeah.
about
Achill is
Donegal
nice.
there, which is fabulous. It's
Mm.
outstanding. Apart from Donegal, where else would you go if it was Galway, Mayo?
Oh, anywhere on the west coast is fabulous. Anywhere
What?
on that west coast.
Yeah, but coming in from, say, where a lot of YouTube channels are always talking about the Wild Atlantic Way. If you was to put the Wild Atlantic Way to one side, is there any particular place you'd like to go to?
Yeah, Westport around by um I can't think of the name of the place. You go around by Patrick and that
Or
right into
Morrisk?
yeah, or yes, right around there, come
Yeah,
into Galway
and in the
in
back
that
way
way.
into Clifton and all that.
Yeah, it's a different country.
It is. It's wild out there, and if you haven't got the right weather, you'd know about it. But the scenery, yeah,
Oh,
I've got to agree with
yeah.
you. The scenery out there is fantastic, Mark.
Oh, it's fabulous.
And
Absolutely fabulous.
And at the beginning of this call, I mentioned that we'll stay away from the Island Bike Fest for a while, so we'll get back into that. The Island Bike Fest, I'm not too sure. Was it 2010 or 11, our first one we went to?
I think it was 10.
Was it? Yeah.
I think it was 10,
No.
yeah. And I think when we went to 12, was that the Harley Davidson World Bike Fest, World Rally,
Yeah. Yeah.
wasn't it? The Harley Davidson one, that was the world one.
Yeah.
There was the amount of people that were there was unreal.
Yeah. Yeah.
From and all walks of life.
And back
in all
then,
parts of the globe.
was it the Suzuki EN 500 you was on that time?
Oh, the Suzuki is no, it was a Kawasaki EN 500.
Sorry, yeah, the Kawasaki EN 500, and I had the Honda Hornet 600. And
Yes.
you've actually still got the EN 500.
Yeah, she's in retirement at the moment.
She is, and hopefully we're going to get that on the road. That will be one of the nice videos. How many years now has that one been standing? It's not been started, moved, or nothing, has it?
She's been standing 10 years, I think.
What, so over 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time in retirement, that bike, and it's not even tried to been starting that time, has it?
Oh, no.
So, but we'll get round to it.
Perfect engine in it.
Yeah. I know it got started to get a little bit shabby, but that was the age and the weather and everything. And
but the older ones are always nice too. You know,
they are. And if you can get the if you can get the time to ever sit down and check it out and look at it and say, right, we're going to do something with this before it goes to wreck and ruin altogether, it would be it would be amazing. In fact, when I come over there very shortly, I'll be coming over to you very shortly, and perhaps we can pull it out and have a walk around with the camera to show the folks. And we'll actually show them actually what it is and what we're talking about with the dirt on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's got the cobwebs,
Yeah. It is. Yeah, and it's funny, really, because I moved over to Ballina in 1987, and you're only one street away from where my great-grandparents lived. Where they were. And my actual grandmother, she was actually born on Convent Hill, and strangely enough, one of our own friends is actually living in the house where my grandmother was born, and that's Jerry, the taxi driver.
Oh, yes.
Well, well, that is the house where my grandmother was actually born, God rest her. And it seems crazy to think that we never knew each other until, what was it, 2000 or 2001, and there's so much history there, because would I be right in saying your sister used to mind my mother in the convent at school?
Yeah.
So you know, there's a lot of history there that we never knew about. And
past us crossed and we didn't know.
We probably passed each other in the street, and you know. Now, our friendship now is as thick as can be. We've had some ups and downs in it, but now it's got to the stage now we could insult each other and it'd wash off us like water off a duck's back. You know, the friendship what we've built up now is actually fantastic, and
good.
May it last long. And
well,
saying that, Jesus Christ, Mark, I don't want you to last too long, but bloody hell. But anyway, we won't go down that road. You know what I'm like, you know. But anyway, I just wanted to give this an old try out to let people know a little bit of bits and pieces what we're getting up to. So when I come over to you there within the next few weeks, we'll pull the bike out, get a few snaps of it, and we'll show people the bike we're on about. The one what I'd be more interested in showing them is the one what's been laid up now for over 10 years, which is the EN 500. There's not an awful lot of mileage on that bike, is there?
There's very little mileage on it.
Yeah. What year actually is it?
Teens. Sorry?
What year bike is it? What model is it?
It's a 94 model.
I thought it was actually older than that for some reason.
No, it's 94.
Yeah, 94. But even still, 94, what's that?
Yeah, it's a, like that's...
Was it 29 years?
28 years, 28. Yeah, 28, 29 years. Oh, man.
As the fella in Glenroe used to say, well, holy God. You don't see the years coming.
As well,
That's one good thing about it, and Martin, our other friend, he had the same bike, and I believe he's still got it there at a friend's house.
He has the same bike,
I often wondered about,
you
know, I often wondered, will he ever get back on the road with a bike? And then there's Raymond. Is Raymond still riding?
Raymond still has the bike, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd
Yeah,
like
I
to.
think
I'd
he
like
has
to
a.
call on him. I'd like to give Raymond a call and have an old chinwag
Yeah,
with him. It's
maybe
been
the
a
next
while.
time you're over,
Yeah,
we could see him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Mark. Well, what I'll do, I'll shut down because we've given it a little test just to see how things are going, and stay safe, my friend, and keep it in between the ditches. And we will talk shortly.
Yes, we will.
Yes.
You take care, all right?
All right, Mark, and you. All the best
Talk to you
now,
soon.
and
Take
keep
care.
it between the business.
Bye.
All right. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Now, guys, that was Mark from Ballina, County Mayo. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do hit that notification button down below. I'd really appreciate it. And also give it the thumbs up. And when I get over to Ireland in a couple of weeks' time, I'll get some shots of the bike we were just talking about and see how it goes from there. But until then, don't forget, please hit that subscribe button. It'd be really appreciated, and stay safe. Thank you very much, guys.